We're live.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Mind X Muscle podcast. It's Eleanor.
And it's Nick.
And today we have a really exciting episode, but before we dive deep, we have a lot of housekeeping things to do. One being we launched sweaters.
I'll show you guys. Hold on.
But we're both so excited and we've gotten so much good feedback so far about the sweaters. So we're really excited. It's just how cute is that?
I love it. I love the brown.
Yes, and it has our logo on it.
I love the minimal logo in the front with the microphone and then our actual logo on the back. It's really cute.
So we are taking pre-orders for that. We're going to be completely honest with you guys. We are making no profit off of this. This is just a way to get clothes. It's just fun.
And just to get out there. We all love crew necks, and it's just your reminder to stay real, raw, honest, everything we talk about on here. Just be a girl's girl, just be kind, just share love. When I saw that, I don't know, when I wear that sweater, that's just what I'm going to be thinking of. So
I love that. And I love that we're getting so many people actually wanting to buy the sweaters already just for the pre-orders, which, the imposter syndrome comes out. So you're like, who's going to want to buy these sweaters? But I'm pretty surprised. So for anyone that has been watching and has DM'd us to buy a sweater and has already paid for the sweaters, we really appreciate you guys a lot.
Thank you.
Of us, yeah. But
Yay. I know, I'm so excited.
Any prep, anything like that? Or off-season mini cut?
Actually, yeah, another new low today. We keep dropping. I think we're gonna just do 147.8. We started at 170 in January. So I'm really happy with that. Jaden's he asked me how far I wanted to kind of go, maybe 140, 145 in between there. So a couple more pounds. I feel good where I'm at right now. I'd be okay with just maintaining, but I'm going to see how far we could go. But we're going away for Easter this weekend, going home. So I'm going to enjoy a meal with my family and the boys and just kind of disconnect, and that's going to be nice. I'll still train and do my cardio while I'm there first thing in the morning, but I'm not going to stress about eating anything. I'm bringing my food, but I'm not going to stress about having dinner with my family or anything. I'm going to do that. And yeah, I'm just going to have a good time. Yeah. That's not too much of an update since last time, but yeah.
Cardio is still at 35?
Yes.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. I feel good. I'm still feeling really good.
Yeah, you're looking jacked, bro.
I feel so lean. I like it though. I'm happy that I don't need to push it as much. And I still have my period. Everything's good. So didn't lose it yet.
I'm happy.
Yay. How about you? How's your week been?
Pretty wild. I don't know. We talked about this on one of the podcasts about how alcohol is horrible for you and it really does affect a lot. And I'm obviously I can vouch for that. But I have been having a little bit of wine. I had some last week. I had some this week. And it's not one off-plan meal. I've had a few days where I'm kind of I'm letting loose. I'm such a structured person that I need to let loose. And I'm having a really good time with it. Weight hasn't moved. And yeah, I even asked Jaden yesterday, I had wine on Wednesday. So I was hypothetically, if a client has wine and they miss a meal on that day, do you still want that client to take their high day? He's like, yeah, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, you still just the next day is the next day. You just go on business as usual. I know.
Yeah. So I went to go pick up some muffins and I'm going to have muffins today. But aside from that, nothing's changed. I am definitely not, I'm being honest, I don't like where the scale is at. That's just me personally. And I can verbally say that, but I'm still on my plan 90% of the time right now. And I have been asking him to drop food and he just keeps saying, I'm happy with where we're at. You're still lean. He's like, you still have stomach veins. I'm like, what? He's like, I zoom into your photos and you still have stomach veins. So I don't know why you're freaking out. And I'm like, fair, but also I don't like seeing that number because I'm like, oh my God, I looked like this was the same number I had last year.
But you're in a totally different body composition. You're looking at the number oh, I remember when I was this number last time. Kind of like a PTSD. Excuse me. Yep.
Yeah.
But this time around with him saying, okay, I'm happy with where we're at, like you're put on a lot of size and you're keeping such a good body composition, especially with like the more balance that you're having too in the off season, like that you're in a really good space right now.
I feel good, but I'm
Nora, sorry, my
hoping.
cat is going off right now.
Wait, where's my dog? She's right here. Aside from that, I'm pretty good. Cardio's at 20 minutes. I do it post workout. I'm kind of trying to see if I want to start going on runs in the morning instead, because I really hate doing post workout cardio. And now that it's
Yeah.
getting out, I might just start going on runs. We'll see. But yeah, this kind of, I'm giving myself a little bit of I'm just trying to chill. I would like a little bit more sleep. And obviously, like with drinking, it disrupts that. But I'm trying to find a healthy balance and I'm working on it. But look at me go, guys.
I think you're doing amazing. Like you're navigating it so well. Like you text me like, "Oh, I'm so proud of myself." Not like, "Oh, I fucked up last night." It's probably still going through your head at times, I imagine. Like we're not perfect, but I feel like you're getting a lot better with the way you I guess recover from that.
I love that you said that because I didn't even notice like the way that I reframe or like reword. Like I didn't fuck up. I
Yeah.
just chose to not go on my plan that day so I could give myself the leniency. And I think even like just rewording it, telling it to you changes everything. Because as soon as you put that pressure on yourself, like, oh, I fucked up, I have to like compensate. I'm not saying that anymore now. I'm trying to live freely. And yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah. And you're waking up the next day like, "Okay, just back on plan I go." Not like, "Oh, like stressing about whether you need to move things around or change things." Like it's a thought, but once it's confirmed with like Jaden or like us, then you're good.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
okay. So that's basically all the updates from me at least. Aside from that, like I bought a carpet finally.
Yay. Your living room's looking homier and homier.
Yes, I just want to put something here. Like it's so white and weird, but some things are going to be changing, so I might be getting some like new furniture and decorations.
Yeah.
But I
Should
have
be.
some we wanted to do some quick rapid fire to each other because we always do it
Yeah.
to our guests. So we thought we would do it to each other. Do you want to start?
Yes. I'll go first, I guess. Okay, gym fit edition. Homeless baggy fit or matching set.
In prep matching set, in off season full on homeless.
Yeah. I think both. Like I like to start off homeless and then underneath is the matching set.
Yeah. Also depends on how I feel that day.
Yeah, if you're a little bloated, maybe more homeless. Text or FaceTime. I know this one already.
FaceTime. Nikki hates it.
FaceTime or phone
You
call.
can text me and I'll answer like 8 years later. And you're like, I'm like, hey, how are you? Like as if everything's normal. They're like, hey, I texted you that I almost died. I'm like, oh, you should have called me.
Yeah. Oh, oops. I know. If it's like, because I know when we always have so much to talk about or so much that like we're doing together. So the phone call is always so much easier.
So much easier. For you. Do you like FaceTime or text more?
FaceTime just like when I'm busier, especially, just gets the point across quicker.
Yeah.
And I just need to say what I need to say quick. Coffee cake or double chocolate muffin.
Coffee cake, air fried.
I brought my mom there when she came and she loved it.
The
And
coffee.
she got
Wait,
a she liked the coffee cake one. And then she got a croissant. I've never tried the croissants from there. But I'm like, I'm gonna make my own.
oh yeah, guys, Nikki's been on a sourdough kick.
Oh my god. I guess that was one of my updates.
Yeah.
That's an
I feel like you
update.
didn't
Yeah,
talk about them.
I've just been making all the things. Like I started with the sourdough and then I started making a bunch of like sourdough English muffins with the
Those are
discard. I did up another big batch yesterday because I'm taking a bunch home for my fam. And I did up banana bread. I made another banana bread to take for Easter. I'm taking like a whole freaking like grocery bag of food and treats to Easter. We did pizza dough because me and Nick did a date night at home. We did pizzas and they turned out great. So I'm 5 for 5 right now. I haven't fucked up yet. And everything's tasted good. So we're on a roll.
I'm proud of you.
Thanks. Okay, I only had 3 rapid fire questions for you. So here.
Fueling shouldn't feel like a second job, especially when you're deep in prep, reverse, or just balancing real life. Prep Shop Toronto provides daily ready-made meals and bulk protein options that keep you consistent without spending hours cooking or tracking your meals. When nutrition is handled, your energy is steadier, recovery feels smoother, and your mind isn't stuck in food with math all day. That means less decision making, better training focus, and more mental space to actually live your life outside of the gym. Head to Prep Shop Toronto or email hello@prepshop.ca and use code Eleanor at checkout.
Turn.
Okay. What is one thing you wish more girls were honest about?
Themselves. That's very broad.
Very.
I would say just like being more honest with themselves, like kind of just being more vulnerable, like and who they are. And if you're not at like a place you want to be yet, kind of like coming to terms with that and saying out loud kind of where you want to be and what steps you're doing to get there versus like trying to be someone you're not, I guess. Does that make sense?
100%.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my first one that came to mind.
What is a rule in bodybuilding that like all bodybuilders do that you don't follow or don't agree with?
Probably the whole I have to isolate and then probably like the isolation.
Like the when you're in prep, like not like going out with people.
Yeah, like that's fair though. Like the deeper you get, I definitely got that way where you tend to isolate, you sacrifice a little more towards the end. Like that's completely normal. But like the mindset of like being too hard, like you're too cool with it, too better than everyone else. Like, you know,
Yeah. Like having your nose up your ass, basically.
yes. And just like being like just thinking you're too, I don't know, like you have to isolate yourself because you're too good for everyone else or just because you're doing this bodybuilding thing you can just like fuck everyone else. I don't know, it's different for a lot of people, but I would say that more of like isolation.
Okay. That's fair though. But you're also really good at not isolating yourself, and I think it's probably because you learned that in your first prep that's what you did do, and you had to unlearn that.
Yeah, yeah, we talked a lot about that.
Yeah.
What about you?
What was the question again? Oh, a rule that I don't agree with in bodybuilding. That's the question. Or a rule that I don't follow. I think right now I don't. This is a rule that I've always had is like you have to be perfect 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
And the more that I see like pros that give themselves the leniency, the more I accept that that's okay to not be perfect. I'm not a bodybuilder. Like I'm not an
Just a
OPO
bodybuilder.
bodybuilder is what I'm saying. I'm a bikini competitor. There's a very big difference and there needs to be a difference in the way that their lifestyles are. My
Yeah.
lifestyle personally right now, like am I going to be drinking every week? Absolutely not. But like right now, I think I just need to learn that it's okay. And yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
my one rule right now is like I don't have to follow 100% in the off season, but that's me personally. And I know most people know this, but I have always struggled with being perfect. Right now, I'm not following the be 100% all year round rule.
Yes. And like even pros and people that are big in this too, they also aren't perfect. Like I've been
No.
listening to lots of podcasts. Like Phoebe was saying, yeah, people only post what you want to see on social media, but they're living life. They're going out, they're doing all these things. Like, and realistically, your body is a little more forgiving and can still respond, if not better, once you have more muscle density and you kind of matured in the sport, you know how the body works and you can always come back. Like there's so many pros that still are living life and take the more balanced approach over anything, especially in the off season, obviously. Yeah.
I have one more question for you because this is going to lead us into today's episode, and I'm really excited for this. What is your number one biggest red flag in a coach?
Biggest red flag, probably, I would say there's two intertwined. So one being they're consistently changing the plan, like
Okay.
just the most random changes. And then two would be their social media type of presence. How's
Oh,
their ego? Are you an influencer or promising people that they'll lose 20 pounds in a month? Or are you just a really well named good coach that you're literally way too busy to post and you have reputable people posting for you? Then yes. So I would say those two when it comes to something bigger and then something just like a small little red flag.
okay. I want to mention something because this is the episode today, guys. Is like we're going to be talking about all the red flags. I have had multiple coaches. No disrespect to any of them, but I've noticed what's good for me and what's not good for me, and what I appreciate and what I don't. But nowadays, like everyone's a freaking coach. Everyone's a coach. And it's the stupid stuff like comment this and I'll DM you my program or comment built and let's get started, or like I help busy men, like
Oh
shut
my
up.
God. Actually, I changed my answer. I changed my answer to the biggest red flag is one-time programs, one-time meal plans. Buy my one-time meal plan and that's it. Meal plans are meant to change. What do you want me to do? Follow this for the rest of my life? No.
Oh my god,
How am I supposed to
I was
progress on
looking at
this?
my diet from prep. I was no way. There's no way. Do you remember I would bring my Ninja Creamy everywhere post workout?
Yeah.
No way.
You would literally bring the machine with you. We'd have a girls' night and it'd be like, okay, Eleanor and her creamy are here, knocking at the door, like, come on in, which is great. Love that. Like, if you prefer that, you can make whatever you want at my house. But like now, if you're like going somewhere, you can change it up. You can have options. Like, if you're going to go somewhere, you can just pack a chicken and rice meal instead of a creamy, like, whatever.
Yeah. But even like those 12-week cuts, like you said, like a one-time program, I really don't like those. Because then it gives people like, okay, for 12 weeks, I'm going to be locked in 100%. What happens after those 12 weeks? The chances of people continuing are very, very low. Like,
Very low.
very low. It also leads to obsession and binging because then you're like, hey, my 12 weeks are done. Before I get started with another 12 weeks, may as well fuck,
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
a lot of yo-yo dieting versus how to kind of navigate intuitively this kind of lifestyle. Doesn't mean you have to be on a plan forever, but at least know, like, get your body knowing what you're doing and having it respond, and you understand exactly like what nutrition is and how to fuel your body, and get to know your body even more, and then you can just kind of take that and run with it. You don't have to be on a plan for the rest of your life.
Yeah. And the whole you're so right. And the whole point about coaching is not about to give somebody a meal plan and hope that they do it. The point is, hey, I'm going to teach you that these are the foods that are good for you, but if you want something else, I will gladly replace it. I'm trying to guide you and teach you how to one day you're going to say I don't need you anymore.
Yeah.
That's the whole point about coaching is habits. It has
Yeah.
nothing to do with a plan. It has to do with building long-term habits.
Yeah. I would say the one time plan is the biggest red flag because meal plans are supposed to be changing, right? Like if someone says in their bio or in their story, "Oh, DM me for a meal plan, $100 meal plan." Send it off and then never talk to you again. How do you expect me to I'm gonna follow that for 2, 3 weeks, maybe see some progress, and then I'm gonna plateau. And then what? It's supposed to change, supposed to navigate, you can change foods around. Like it's not realistic and it's not sustainable. And it's just someone trying to make a quick dollar, it's clear.
Yeah. And then going on top of that, like one size fits all programming, right? Like, those programs that are, like you were saying, like even if it
The
is long
copy
term
paste.
coaching, copy and paste, whether that be workout programs, whether that be food, nutrition. I remember I would tell my coach, like, I can't eat this. And that coach would have added it into my plan. And I would say something like, hey, like, I told you I can't eat this.
Then you don't feel like you're being heard or listened to.
Exactly. It's like, are you my coach or
Yeah.
are you just pal that's sending me stuff? Like, that's not the whole point of it.
Yeah. And like you want to make sure you're getting a good, like when you start with a coach, you want to see like what kind of questionnaire or intake they're doing with you first, like what questions they ask. And then once you answer all those questions or disclose all these things to them, like you said, do they listen to that? And like your program is made accordingly to that. For you, it wasn't. So you're like already starting off on like a not a great foot, which isn't good.
Yeah. Or like ignoring your lifestyle. Like, here, eat 6 meals a day, but I only get one break in my 8-hour shift. Like, if a client says that to me, I'm not going to give them like 4 snacks throughout the day
Yeah.
because they're just going to end up packing the meals back to back.
Yeah. Or when do you work out? Do you want to have your pre workout meal earlier in the day? Do you want to have it later? Or here's the plan for, say, a nighttime workout, but you can switch them around like this and you communicate that. Perfect. What else is a big red flag? Oh, the social media
It's a big one.
presence is a big one. Just like the way people market themselves, or even using, if a coach is promoting their coaching and they have a coach, but the way you're promoting your coaching is by your own personal check-ins before and after.
Oh my
That's a
God.
red flag. It's like,
Yes.
oh, lose this much. Like, I personally went from this to this, but I was working with my coach. Like, yeah, I did that. I did the work. And like, yeah, you're saying that you can practice what you preach. That's great. But you didn't do that to yourself. Post your clients. post, maybe you're just starting out, post like what you want to do with these clients. Don't post your own check-ins.
Yes. Because you're giving somebody the idea that you can do the plan, but you're not giving them the idea that you have guided somebody else to do the plan.
Yeah. And someone hired you for a reason, right? Obviously you practice what you preach, you're in good shape, you post day to day what you're doing. They see that you already practice what you preach. You don't need to post your own check-ins. And like their social media presence too, like I feel a lot now people are chasing content, which is fine because like all these reels are going viral. There's trends. I like watching them personally, like they're funny, but someone that has so much time in a day to do all this content, I'm like, are you actually busy? Are you a good coach? Obviously people starting out, they have to do this content to get the traffic there, but I don't know. I just wouldn't have time to do all of that personally. Like some of it's great, but yeah. I mean, if you have someone doing it for you, great. Like, all you got to do is be in the video and then they take care of the rest. Perfect. Like that's even better. But
I think another really big one is you said like not changing plan. What about when they constantly change the plan? Like every single week there's a change. That is horrible. We've talked about this before, but like Jaden in prep maybe changed my whole plan 4 times, all prep, because don't fix what's not broken. Don't fix what's not broken. Yeah.
Yeah. If you keep progressing, why change it? Let's keep rolling with it until something needs to change. Like, yeah, since January, my plans changed 1 time. Like it was the initial, prep program, January, let's go. And then I think I was about 8 or 9 weeks in, and then I was plateauing. So we changed it again. And then it's been the same since. So like, that just goes to show like you don't need to constantly change things if you don't need to. Maybe if you want to switch meals around or training around, that's one thing, but you don't need to change things every week. That's just, the body will get really confused too.
Yeah, and even Sam was talking about this in our last podcast, how like this is the first prep that she's ever done where she's like not changing it every 2 weeks just because it's been 2 weeks since the last change. She's only changing it based off of when she plateaus. And that's coming from like a really knowledgeable coach who's self-coaching too. So what's the rationale? If the weight even if the weight stalls, progress shouldn't only be judged by the scale. And I think that's also a red flag in a coach is if they tell you like, I want to get you to this number and then I'll change it. What
Yeah.
I've had coaches tell me that. Let's go. We're going to push until you reach this weight. Jaden has never once said, let's reach this weight. It's always been, well, you look great now, so.
Because the weight, because the number on the scale doesn't matter, right? Like if, once we get to this weight, well, you can eat for a whole week and get to this high weight, no problem. But if you slowly take your time and things are looking good, you can get to even a higher weight. But if you're still looking great and body composition's good and you're feeling good, then it's not going to change.
Well, like take you, for example. Do you remember how you guys had like a goal cap and then you went above that weight and he was like, you still look fine. Like, let's keep pushing.
Yeah, just because we got to that weight, because we had like that's another green flag in like a green flag, not a red flag in coaching is like if there's a long-term kind of goal that can be tampered with here and there depending on what's going on, but there's like an initial goal. Okay, what's the plan? So like with me when we were increasing and growing, it was like, okay, weight cap, quote unquote, will be 170 and then kind of assess from there. But then once I got to that point, we were still good and he was happy with the body composition still. So we're like, well, let's just keep going. Oh, yeah, like it can be, I like that there's a goal, right? It's not just, okay, I need to know where this finish line potentially is going to be. And then, because you need those, you need time frames. A coach that doesn't have that and just says, okay, we'll just, or fake promises too. Like, oh, let's lose 20 pounds in like a month. It's like, no, that's not going to happen. It's like, well, okay, the goal is weight loss. We will start small. And then maybe once we get to a certain weight or a couple months from now, then we can change things. I don't know. It's just having a clear goal and path that you're going. One of the biggest game changers in my clinical practice has been becoming certified as an advanced movement therapist. I use this AMT system in my practice to guide clinical decision-making and measure change before and after each session. Without guessing, I can clearly assess what's working, validate the effectiveness of my treatments, and confidently communicate progress to my clients. With the AMT system, you'll gain the knowledge and tools to deliver precise, effective treatments by mastering your approach to functional neurology and movement therapy. So, if you're a therapist, trainer, or clinician looking for better outcomes, stronger clinical reasoning, and more confidence in your treatment approach, check out the AMT certification by clicking the link in the description.
Going on. Another big one, and I think you know who I'm talking about, I hope you know who I'm talking about, is comparing your physique to another client or another like competitor's physique. So like I know coaches that will literally send screenshots, you know, like comparison screenshots of their client and another person, and they'll say they're going to beat you if you don't do this.
Yeah, that's not good. Or even like if, like I've even had some people, like Jaden showed me like in the past, someone saying like, oh, I want to look like Nikki. I want Nikki's plan. It's like, and if you were to be like, oh yeah, here, sounds good, here you go, without being like, well, you can eat and train the same way as Nikki, but you're not going to look like, everyone will look different, right? Like, so that's also a red flag. Like, oh, I want everything this person's doing. And they're like, yeah, sure, sounds good, here you go. That's a red flag because it's not going to be personalized towards you now. You guys have two totally different body compositions, body types, body everything. And it has to be geared towards, maybe you have the same goal. Maybe you want to do wellness. Okay, well, we're going to have very similar programs. But say I have injuries, I have imbalances, I have other areas of my body that I got to bring up. My program is going to be very different than yours. We might be reaching the same goal, but it's going to be different in the end. It should be different if your coach is taking into account all the specific things that you have going on. But maybe if you don't, you can follow it and see what happens. But yeah.
Another like really big red flag in a coach is, if I've had this happen at shows and I've had this happen on social media, is if a coach messages you and says, hey, I know you're working with this person, but I can do better with you.
The poaching. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I think that's such a big red flag, because can you not get your own clients?
Yeah, your work and success and your dedication should be kind of your way of getting clients. And that grows over time. Like some people do have to put the work in and whatever, but messaging to be like, hey, you work with me, like then you could be potentially making fake promises too. And it's just not a good look. Yep. We went through the food thing. What's another red flag in coaching?
Relying on the trends, like social media trends, instead of like actual principles.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think any of my coaches have ever added cottage cheese to my plan.
Oh.
One, I can't have cottage cheese, but it's that kind of thing. I also think a big one is like a red flag is not giving someone what they need. How do I say this? Disappearing after prep, not giving them a reverse meal plan. And I know some of Jaden's clients that have signed up with him recently are some of my girlfriends, and I'd ask them like, how's your reverse going? And they're like, I didn't get a reverse. I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, yeah, like my coach kind of just told me to like do my own thing. Your post show, your hunger signals and your hormones are insane, like insane. And
yeah, that's the most vulnerable.
Yeah. And your coach is telling you, oh, follow what you want to do. You probably want to eat everything in sight. Or you're like me and you don't want to eat anything.
Yeah. So that's where you hear that and you run very far away.
You run.
They're running away from you, so you run away too.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's not good. And that just like, they're not going to keep you as a coach because you're not, like the goal is to not just get a coach for prep. And that's another thing too, that a flag to look out for getting a coach too, is especially for competitors. If they want to compete down the road and they say, okay, we can start working together when you want to start prep, it's ideal to start with a coach and do an off season with them first. So, you know, especially if it's your very first time. So they know kind of where your body's at and they can help you set yourself up for a successful prep instead of just jumping into a prep and they don't know how much you're eating. Maybe you weren't tracking your stuff before and then you're going to just set yourself up for a way healthier prep. I would say, like, I've only had great experiences because I've only been with Jaden since 2021. So I don't have any like, but like I know just from like hearing things like no explanation or backup, like sometimes I do have to like, I'm just someone who needs more of an explanation on things. I don't want it to be like, yep, sounds good, run with it. So sometimes I'm the one asking more, but that's just a me thing. But if I see something in my program or something, like I would want to be like, have a heads up about it first. Like, hey, how do you feel about X, Y, and Z? this is why, we're doing what we're doing. We're going to eat this now, or in prep, like, we're going to add this in, or I'm going to decrease the food or give you a high day on this exact day because of this. And if you're a first time competitor and you get a high day and you're like, what's the point of this? Like, you need to know kind of the science behind it and why you're doing it. So maybe just no explanation or proper communication about what exactly is on the plan and why.
Yeah. I remember when I first found out I had IBS. I don't think I've ever said this on the podcast, but I've said this to you before. When
Yeah.
I first found out I had IBS, I was bleeding from my bumhole, and my coach at the time was like, "Oh my god, like this is bad." And the coach randomly added in dairy into my plan where I haven't had dairy in years. So they added in like a whey protein instead of the vegan protein I was eating, and I was bleeding like a lot. Like I thought I had my cycle. That's how bad it was, guys. And I remember when I told this coach, they told me drink cider. What was it? Aloe and cider. It was something acidic, like an acidic drink. I forgot what it was. And in my head, I'm like, I need to follow what my coach says. But I ask why. And the coach goes, because I said so. But
Because I said so.
why? Because I ended up doing it and I ended up bleeding more. And I ended up getting like it got really, really bad. And like when a client asks why, your job is to tell them why. Like you can't just say cuz I told you so. And this goes for any case, whether that be training, food, like why are we training 5 times a week and not 4? Why am I doing 20 minutes of cardio? Why did my cardio get increased this week if my weight dropped? Like ask those questions as a client. You have every right to ask any question and also put your boundaries down. I just want to say that. Like as a
Yeah.
client, you are supposed to tell your coach what your boundaries are and also ask the questions because your coach isn't a mind reader, but also you have to advocate for yourself
Yeah.
always.
And they're busy. They're not going to be like there to hold your hand and babysit you. You have to do your due diligence as a client and make sure you're asking the questions. And if you need more reassurance, then just ask for it. That's all. Yeah.
The one that I
Oh,
was going to say is the pushing peds.
oh yeah. Yeah, we've definitely talked about this one a lot. That's a
Yeah,
big red flag.
the big red flag.
And just having the conversation about it, making sure like if it is something that the client and the coach both agree on, then just making sure like the coach knows that you understand exactly what it is, what the risks are, and all that. Not just like, here, take this for 8 weeks. This is how you do it. Here you go. Okay,
Yeah,
like no.
thank you.
This is a really good one. This should almost be like a teaser on the Instagram. But
Okay.
when coaching or choosing a coach, some people say if you're trying to go pro, you should hire a coach who is a pro. This is not the case because I know so many amateurs that are extremely great coaches, better than some pros that I know. And also, these really great amateur coaches don't are so successful and so great in what they do that they don't even have time to compete themselves, and they want to solely focus on their clients and their success of their business, that they don't have the time to compete and just chase a pro card because what having the name pro in your bio makes you a better coach. That's not the case
There's
whatsoever.
a difference between being a coach and being an athlete, right? A coach is somebody that knows how to structure, knows how to be there, knows how to guide. That's the point of coaching. You're not an athlete, you're teaching a client. When you're an athlete, it's your job, it's your due diligence to do everything your coach says. So just because I'm a structured and really like planned person as an athlete, I could be a horrible coach because I have clients that aren't as structured as I am, but
Yeah.
I don't coach bodybuilders. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah, and it's like you don't need, if you want to go pro, doesn't mean you need a pro to coach you.
Yep.
That's not the case.
No. Because a
No.
pro is something that, as an athlete, has gone pro. They have made their way to the professional league. But as a coach,
Yeah.
there's no, I've made my way to the professional league. If anything, I'd go look at who their coach is.
Yeah. And like there's a lot of pros that are great coaches too.
Yeah.
And then some of them, have their their competitive life and they competed as a pro and then they take a step back from the stage and solely focus on coaching. That's great too. Like a lot of pros do that as well. But I feel like if you're going to be a really successful coach and still have your own, again, I know people that do it and are great coaches, like do both the coaching and the competing thing. I'm sure it's really hard to juggle the two. But I find just because you're not an active competitor and a pro, it doesn't mean you're not a great coach,
Yeah.
in my
Well,
opinion.
I'm trying to think, like Laura Lee has never been a coach, and she always says this, I'm not gonna be a coach because I'm an athlete first. And as a coach, I would always want to prioritize my clients. That
Yeah.
is why I will never take bodybuilding clients, because I want to prioritize my clients first. And I know that the sport is really selfish, and I will never put a client on stage when I'm like unable to give them 100%.
And I love that because you know that she's doing it also for the right reasons. And she
Yes.
wants to coach when she's 100% in it and can give her clients everything. Because when you're that big, yes, you have all the fans and all the exposure and the presence and the people working for you. Like she could launch a coaching business tomorrow and blow the hell up, but she's not choosing to do that because she's doing it for the right reasons and she's focusing on herself. Like, I love that. Because any other influencer would just want to start the coaching business just to get the clout or the money or whatever, but she's very more realistic.
Very.
Me too. Yeah, I
Well,
can't really think of anything else. Basically just like the communication stuff, the ego, the programming, one size fits all, not changing things too much, not changing things at all, one-time programs, the social media presence, the
also
progress
being
tracking. I think we
inappropriate.
covered a lot.
Being
Which one?
inappropriate.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
That's a big
Coaches
one.
that date a lot of their clients too. You see that a lot on social media sometimes, like in and out of relationships with current clients. Yeah. Keep it professional. Keep it
You're a
professional.
coach. This is a job. You're literally putting other people's bodies, their health, and their life at risk.
Yes.
Anyways, yeah, we did cover a lot today. This was going to be a short one, anyways.
Yeah. Short and sweet.
And sweet. But if you guys are
Yes.
interested in getting the sweaters, please shoot Nikki or me or the Mind X Muscle podcast Instagram. Shoot us a DM. We'd love to have more people wearing our gear and
I love
sharing
it.
value, real, raw, and authenticity. Um,
Yes. Yeah, we're just taking pre-orders through DM right now. We're hoping to put an order probably very soon, like in the next week or two.
yes.
Yeah, we appreciate you all as always. Make sure to give us a like. If you're on the tube, give us a like. Let us know you're here.
Subscribe. And then if you're on Spotify, don't forget to follow us. I'm really curious. Maybe we missed some, but like if we missed any coaching red flags, leave it in the comments. Let us know. Like I think more people need to understand the value of having a good long term coach.
Yes.
And me and Nikki are great examples where like Nikki has stayed with one coach for a long period of time and she's seen the coach grow. Jaden has probably differentiated between like 4 years ago versus now. Whereas I took my time and I don't want to call it coach hopping because I was with every coach for over a year. But I needed to choose guiding me to my coach.
Yeah. And you have that experience because
Yeah.
each coach is different too.
Yeah. And I picked up things that I liked from each coach and things that I didn't like from each coach. Like
Yeah.
there's positives and benefits from each.
And at the end of the day, like you have to also vibe and also work well with the person you're working with. And like it doesn't always mean that they're a bad coach. It's just like we weren't a great fit sometimes. And that's
Exactly.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this will be out after Easter, but it's
Yes.
it's Good Friday today. And I hope everyone has a great Easter or had
Yes.
a good Easter with their fam.
Don't do extra
Enjoy
cardio.
a meal. Enjoy your Easter dinner. That was funny. We did that at the exact same time. Enjoy your dinner. You don't have to do extra cardio tomorrow. Wake up, have a slow morning. You deserve it. And we love you all.
Thanks guys for following along and we'll catch you in the next one.
Yes. See ya.
Okay.